Uh, are you like friends with me on Facebook? How exactly did you find this? I was obsessed with filmmaking. Like actually before all of this music stuff, I was like sure, I'd say for most of my life, I was just positive I wanted to be like a director, film director. And honestly, I think I can trace it back right around when I started learning guitar. I already knew piano and drums and stuff. And I started learning guitar when I was a teenager. And pretty much right around there, I just started getting a bit bored with film. And like anytime I would try to write film, I would just get awful writer's block. And all the things that I was good at with film actually translated better to music, like just, I don't know, just coming up with like cool kind of tones or like atmospheres, but I couldn't come up with like real plots. I could like think of like cool characters or that kind of thing, but I couldn't really like write a whole movie. So yeah, I don't know, I'd say in high school Hollywood just sucks. Like Hollywood is so shit right now that like, right around that time, then all this cool music started coming out. I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll just try to make music, so I don't know. Such a pretty girl, wanna see the world. She could be the one you're looking for. Isolation can be such a bore. Doesn't matter what you say, still says gonna miss it anyway. Gonna make you want. Gonna have a kiss. Such a pretty girl. She could be the one you're looking for. Isolation can be such a bore. Doesn't matter what you say, still says gonna miss it anyway. She could be the one you're looking for. Isolation can be such a bore. Doesn't matter what you say, still says gonna love her anyway.
You released your debut album, Melbourne, this summer, and could you explain what kind of album this is?
Well, I think my goal kind of, or like my intention when I was making it initially was just, it kind of started off just as fun, like I was in another band and I wanted to, I just had some songs and my roommate had this 4-track and I was like, oh, I'll just record some of this stuff for fun and see how it sounds. But I was really obsessed with the idea of like an album and like just the idea of an album like as a piece of art kind of. So I think I just wanted to kind of try to make something like, just kind of be pretty genuine kind of with it in terms of just whatever I was feeling at the time. Like if I was feeling bad or happy or anxious or whatever, I just wanted to put that into music. And then, yeah, I don't know, just kind of almost like document like kind of who I was at the time, like with all the good and bad stuff and all that, so.
When you look back at the album now, are you a different person than you were
I don't know. I don't think I'm a different person. I was in a really weird kind of state of mind. I think when I was recording it, I was like my specific situation was I was living in this house with like 4 other dudes, and like I would just switch between. I was like honestly, I was in a pretty weird kind of anxious state of mind like a lot of the time. But then it was also kind of fun. Like, I mean, some days I'd just be like, I don't know, I'd just be really happy or whatever. But then like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. I think right now maybe I'm a bit more busy because all this stuff's been going down. And I don't know, I think maybe I would hope that I'm in a bit of a better state of mind mentally maybe than I was when I was making the album. But yeah, I don't know, it's just, like I said, I just kind of was like, I just kind of wanted to, I don't know if it was almost spiteful, but like whatever was going through my head or whatever I was feeling, I just wanted to put that into music, and it was like whoever would listen to it, they would feel the same way, so yeah.
And do you know why you were in this anxious state of mind?
It's hard to really pinpoint. I mean, it's just different things. It's kind of like just weird kind of existential, like, I really was never, I was like pretty isolated. Like I would hang out with my roommates, but like wasn't really like going out every night or like hanging out with friends that much. Like I feel like I was like still kind of depressed over this, like, not depressed, but I was still kind of into this girl, and we weren't like really together or anything. And I don't know, I was just I don't know, I was just going through some weird shit. Like it wasn't even necessarily justified. Like sometimes I can just be kind of a bit of a compulsive person or something. But also it was literally once I started making the album, I was so obsessed. I just became so obsessed with the album, like making the album, that I think that in itself was almost this weird thing where I was like, I would just go back and forth and being like, oh yeah, this sounds good, and I'd be like, oh, this sounds fucking awful, and like, I don't know, it's just like kind of constant fluctuation of my mood or whatever. But at the same time, you know, despite all that, like, maybe it comes through, but it was also fun. I mean, it was like the first time I was kind of like, I didn't have school to worry about. I could just focus completely on making music, so I was pretty happy in that regard. But yeah.
It seems like you think a lot about things. You said you were isolated, and do you think a lot about it?
Yeah, that's like one of my, well, the thing is, it's kind of like one of my worst, it's kind of like maybe one of my best traits, but also one of my, I don't want to say my worst, but like, I can like say a big number of things that like, a big number of problems I'll have are just related to me like overthinking or overanalyzing stuff. So I don't like, I'm totally fine with it, because then I can like, I like just sitting around and just thinking about stuff or thinking about songs. But sometimes it can be a little annoying, even with songs. Like I'll listen to a song and I'll like it, and then I'll listen to it more and I'll just start thinking like, oh, this is wrong or that's wrong, and I'll just start like driving myself crazy over it. Actually, it's funny you say that, because that's actually what a lot of Melbourne was about. I might not have even had any problems at the time, like serious things, but like I would make a problem just by thinking about something too much. I'd be like, even the album itself, I was having fun with it, and then some days I'd be like, wow, I'm like, this album's awful, like I'm driving myself crazy over this. And then I'd chill out and be like, okay, well, it's okay, like, whatever. So I don't know. Actually, no, you can do one more big blast, and then I think we good. All right, now turn it off.
Ready?
All right. Reality.
If we should go back to talk a bit more about Melbourne, which of the songs has the best lyrics?
I don't know, that's kind of hard. I think I was really happy with the lyrics for Sandy, because obviously it's talking about a really dark subject, but I think I would hope that like kind of the way that I was able to kind of tie them together, it got kind of the idea I wanted to make about the song and the event across, I guess, in the way that I wanted it to. Like I don't know, I didn't want it to be too opinionated as much as I just wanted it to be kind of like just almost like a separate thing, like trying to look at it from just a perspective of you have no opinion on it. And I think it's probably one of the, specifically talking about, you know, Sandy Hook, I think it's one of the worst things that's happened in America in the last 15 years, without a doubt. So I thought kind of the idea of looking at it more at just a very straight kind of metaphysical, just like kind of life and death kind of way. I don't know. And then I like, no one really talks about this song that much at all, but I actually do like the lyrics to Dr. Mad a lot, because, I don't know, it's like, I had an idea in my head what I thought the song was about, so I don't know if people kind of figure it out, but I don't know. It's pretty much just supposed to be about, it's like about like a high-class member of society, like a doctor, could be a doctor, it could just be like someone else, but pretty much they go completely insane, and then like the song's just kind of like from the perspective of someone just kind of like lamenting it, just being like, yeah, what the hell happened to him? He's like, I don't know. It's kind of about just completely like losing touch with everything, I guess. guitar is probably way overdriven, but maybe you can make it a little quieter or something.